Hi, my name is Daphne Brandt and I am business developer and RFID enthusiast at Nedap Retail. And today I'm together with Nick Markwell, who is going to tell a little bit more about the basics of RFID in fashion retail. So Nick, can you give a small introduction about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Daphne. Hi, everybody. My name's Nick Markwell. I'm responsible for the commercial team within the EMEA region for our ID Cloud platform. And our team helps retailers consult and advise on where to start their RFID journey. So I've been working in the retail technology space for the last 20 years and at Nedap for the last 5 years. So great to be here. Thanks, Daphne.
Thank you for the introduction, Nick, and nice to have you here. To start with the first question, what are the challenges in fashion retail nowadays and how can RFID help with that?
Yeah, sure. So I think during the lockdown period, there was a real focus on omni-channel and making sure that the online and offline stock pools merged to become one. That's still the case today. However, some of the impacts of lockdown are still being realized because we have a labor scarcity issue added to that. So retailers today need to be more efficient in their store operations because they don't have as many store staff as what they used to. We have seen that retail sales have been good, mainly driven by an increase in inflation. So the sales have gone up because of that. But I think because of this increase in inflation and the energy crisis, there's been more of a challenge for the consumer's wallet, because the consumer typically has less money today than what they previously had, and as such are making more informed choices or less purchases. And RFID can help with making store operations more efficient and making the store staff that are there focus on the right activities. And it can also help with that fight for the wallet, because making sure that the retailer has the right products in the right place at the right time when the consumer comes in to buy it obviously helps increase the opportunity for sales.
So RFID can make store operations more efficient. But what is the exact business case?
Yeah, for sure. So I think the key driver for a business case around RFID starts with inventory accuracy. And a retailer typically does a stock audit in January once a year, maybe. Some retailers do that 2 times a year or maybe even 4 times a year. But the challenges with stock accuracy is that they're accurate at the start of the year, but then products come in and go from the retail estate on a regular basis. So a retailer will receive shipments that come into the store. They also make sales during the day. There may be items that have been returned that weren't the right size, for example. So you've got products coming back in, exchanges. There may well be some thefts. There may well be some products that are transferred to other stores. And this all affects inventory accuracy. And this is just at a data side of things. So RFID typically addresses that and fixes that. So rather than just doing an inventory audit once or twice a year, you do this on a regular basis, fixing the accuracy problem. What happens then is this then drives the next fix, which is around product availability. So making sure you've got exactly what you want to have in your stores in the right sizes and the right colors increases the opportunity then for the retailer to make sure that when the consumer comes in, they want to buy something, they've always got it there. So I think once we fix the inventory accuracy to enable better product availability, there's a positive impact on sales. And I think once you've got this in place, a retailer then can start to offer slicker omni-channel services such as ship from store on the same day or buy online, pick and store, for example.
Thank you for the explanation. And if we talk to fashion retailers, I know that we often get the question like, okay, if I want to have an RFID system, where is it exactly placed in my IT landscape? Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, and it's a good question, because I think that without knowing much about RFID or how it sits, it's quite a challenging one to get your head around. But let's make it really simple. I think in essence, RFID isn't there to replace anything that a retailer's already invested in, like an ERP system, for example. It's there to feed it more accurate, reliable data so that the ERP system that a retailer's purchased and spent a lot of money on can work in a more effective and efficient way. And I think that at the current period, a lot of retailers have looked at their tech stack in their organization and have spent money and are spending money on investing this tech stack to become more efficient for the future, so that there isn't just one silo and they don't talk to one another. For example, a retailer might have an ERP system, an order management system, and a warehouse management system. And a good tech stack based with RFID data should feed into all of those systems so that a retailer can access and leverage those systems efficiently.
So you're saying that an RFID system does not replace, for example, an ERP system, but it is more an integration layer.
Yeah, absolutely, and it enables the existing system to work more efficiently as it was designed to do.
And to go back to the omnichannel part, what exactly can RFID bring to a retailer's omnichannel strategy?
Yeah, I think it's important to state that a retailer can be an omnichannel retailer today without RFID there. They can still offer buy online, pick in store. But I think it's looking at what extra value does RFID bring to that, and it really depends on what service offering you're trying to deliver to your customer. So, for example, a retailer that enables buy online, pick up in store could ship from a DC. They don't need RFID to do that. But to enable services like ship from store, for example, or same day pickup, or making a product available within 2 hours, you need to have that inventory visibility. So knowing exactly what you've got within your store estate and exactly where it is at any given time will enable you to offer a very fast omnichannel service to your customers. And I think that if you can bring this to the table, RFID, if we look at what happens in stores, provides insights into, is that product, that one last product that I want to sell to the customer, or the customer wants to buy from me, is it in the stockroom, for example, or is it on the sales floor? So especially during busy periods where products move around, these items can be found easily using RFID technology.
And are there also other things that RFID can bring to an omnichannel strategy?
Yeah, for sure. So I think mentioned that you can, or retailers can have an omnichannel offering already in place. And one of these examples is based around an order management system and an OMS. So they can offer ship from store already available today. The challenge without using RFID is, as I mentioned earlier, inventory accuracy drops after an audit. So retailers build in what we call safety thresholds. So they know that accuracy isn't 100%, and to absolutely guarantee that a product is available, they may have a threshold of 4 or 5 if they want that product to be available online. So I think RFID, what it can bring to the table is, because you know exactly what you've got and where you've got it, you can reduce this safety threshold down from 4 to maybe 1, because you categorically know exactly what you've got, which also offers the opportunity that you might be able to expand the complete SKU range offering that you put online, because you know exactly where your stock is. I think the other thing which this brings is that it allows a retailer to categorically we're talking about operational efficiency earlier, on if a retailer offers an omnichannel strategy, there's certain rules that are built around that. So for instance, if there's 2 or 3 items that you order, maybe 2 of those items can be shipped from one store and one of those items isn't available, so it gets shipped from another store. So split orders obviously add to double delivery costs, etc. Knowing exactly what you've got and where you've got it can pinpoint specific stores to ship those products that can obviously drive faster speed to the customer, or also faster delivery times. I think if we look at the online world as well, is that returns cause a bit of a challenge. And I think streamlining efficiency around returns also offers the retailer a faster opportunity to get product back into its store estate and selling again, as opposed to having to wait in the DC for a number of days or weeks for it to get processed.
So we can really see that RFID can bring a lot of advantages to a fashion retailer. It's not only in the store, but also for some digital initiatives, for example.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. So I would like to thank you for sharing your experience with me about the basics in RFID in fashion retail. And I also would like to thank the audience. I'm more than happy to see you next time. Bye-bye.